I just hope I don't cry in this video because I'm a bitch. I ain't never cry on camera, period. In today's video, I'm going to do a get ready with me. With doing my makeup, and you guys know how I feel about doing my makeup. Your sister still don't know what she's doing, but I'm gonna keep trying. I told you guys I'm gonna learn how to do makeup, and that's what I'm gonna do. So today I'm gonna be talking about a lot. Yeah, so let's just get into it. I think I'm gonna do my eyebrows off camera, and then I'm gonna come back. I'll see you in a minute, sis. I'll see you in a minute, okay? Okay, so I did my eyebrows, and I'm so proud of myself because, sis, who said, peep them eyebrows? They're sisters, or maybe they're cousins, but they're definitely not twins, but it's okay. Okay, let's get into the whole makeup shindig. Girl, I don't know what I'm doing. And no, me saying that has a lot to do with my topic today. So today I want to talk about confidence and women dealing with confidence, my experience. I want to talk about confidence, self-love, self-awareness, self-esteem. Like, I want to just talk about loving yourself and the importance of that. Like, for example, me saying, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know how to do makeup, it's just putting negative thoughts and negative energy into the universe. I'm putting negative vibes out there and I'm just gonna get them back. So I need to stop saying, oh, I can't do makeup, I don't know what I'm doing, because clearly I know what I'm doing, I'm just not doing it like how the professionals do. Eventually I will get there, but I'm gonna stop doubting myself. But yeah, so I just wanted to clear that up, and I'm gonna stop saying that, and I'm gonna learn how to do makeup, and I'm going to be good at it, okay? Okay. So I'm gonna go in with my baby skin. Actually, this is an instant pore eraser, and then this is oil control primer mist. I don't know if I'm gonna tell you all the things I'm using. Probably not, sis, because it's more of a chit chat, less of the product act. Anyways, let's get on a more serious level. But I really wanted to talk about confidence, and I wanted to talk about the subject because I've been through a lot with myself as a person, and I wish there was someone there that told me these things when I was younger. Ooh. Tell me, like, you know, like, to be confident in myself, and the things that I know now I wish I knew I was younger, because maybe some of the things that I went through when I was younger I would have never went through. But that's not to say that I regret anything in life, because I don't, because I know that everything in my life happens for a reason. It makes you as a person, so anything that happened I don't regret, but I just wish I knew these things. I will say this, I went through a time where I really hated myself. Ooh, I just hope I don't cry in this video because I'm a bitch. I ain't never cry on camera, period. I just want to say I was in a really dark place where I didn't love myself. I hated who I was as a person. I hated everything about me, and that's really bad. I don't wish that on my worst enemy to like hate their self, because everyone should love their self. No one should compare their self. No one should feel as though they're not good enough. No one should wake up and not want to live the next day. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. Really learning to love yourself, having self-love in all, is really the key to happiness, honestly, with anything. Okay, so I'm gonna roll a clip because this is what I was basically talking about. Been experiencing like a new me. It's so weird. Like, I feel like I changed overnight in a way, but I think that's a later story for another day. I'll tell you guys that story because we got air. So yeah, I wanted to make this video because I felt like if I'm going through it, obviously other people are, and that's another thing that I had to realize. Like, I'm not the only one that goes through things like this, and I always thought that. Like, when I used to go through things, I used to think like, wow, like I'm the only one in this world that is going through this, and I'm here to tell you, no sis, everyone goes through it. Like, no matter if they show it or not. More makeup, less talk. One of the things I want to talk about with the whole idea of confidence is that confidence comes within. How you feel about yourself is how you show it to others, if that makes sense. What do I have to put down on? foundation. That's where self-love comes in. But I want to say, when you are jealous, envy of other people, or comparing yourself to other people, or mad because someone is winning or someone's doing better than you in life, and you are jealous and envy of them, that just means there is something deeply rooted inside of you that you hate about yourself. Like, you're projecting your self-values onto them. Like, you're like, why can't I get a car like them? Why can't I look like that? Why can't I, you know, like, you're projecting that stuff on them. There are issues deep rooted inside of you where you don't love yourself enough, where you feel as though you're worth it, or you feel as though you're pretty enough. Like, maybe I should wet my beauty blender now so I don't have to get up again. One second. When you feel as though you have to compare yourself to someone, that's a sign that you don't love yourself. Well, I wouldn't even say that it's not that you don't love yourself, but it's the fact that you're more focused on them than you are yourself, you know? You just have to know yourself. If you don't know yourself, get to know yourself. So like I was saying with the whole being jealous and envy, that really comes with being within. That's basically saying you're not confident enough in yourself. You like question, why is that girl so confident? Or why does she act like this? When in reality, she's just being true to herself. She's just being the confident, bold woman that every woman should be. And I just wish someone told me that, you know, because I'm not gonna lie, there were times where I used to compare myself to other people. Like, why do they have this and I don't have that? You just really have to know that, like, you're on different chapters too. And also about how we're taught. Black women are taught to not uplift each other, maybe in some rare cases, but if you really think about it, it really starts when you're younger. When you grow up and you're around your grandmother and she's looking at someone, oh, she thinks she's cute because she got long hair. You see, that right there is already giving you the mentality like, okay, since girls with long hair and I don't have long hair, I gotta hate on her. When in reality, you don't. It's not hard to give a girl a compliment and be like, oh, you have nice hair, or your hair is beautiful, you are so pretty. Like, there is nothing wrong with that. And I feel as though society and how we grew up brought us to make us believe that black women have to hate each other. And I feel like that's such a wrong thing. And I'm saying this because I've been through it. I've been there. I've hated on girls for no reason. And I'm not gonna lie, because there's no reason for me to sit here and lie. There has been times, I was young, I didn't know any better. Like, but now knowing what I know, I wish I would hate on another girl. When you compare yourself, you're comparing your life to someone else's life, meaning you want to be them, you want to have their life. Who is gonna be you? And that's what I used to have to tell myself, like, you want to be this person, but who's gonna be Daizha? Who fills the shoes for Daizha? There's a Beyonce, everyone wants to be Beyonce, but who's gonna be Rihanna? That's not even a good comparison. I think you guys get what I mean. Like, when you're confident within, you don't have to worry about those things. I will say, confidence is not something that you just wake up with. Actually, there are like things proven where that has been the case, but it's rare for that to happen. And it's not like, oh, okay, I practice confidence one day and then it's over. No, confidence is an everyday thing. Especially when you're transitioning into becoming confident. Being confident is just being true to yourself, loving yourself, knowing your worth. That's another thing, knowing your worth, because a lot of times our confidence lacks because we don't know our worth. We don't know our worth because, for one, we weren't raised to know our worth. For two, you weren't shown it. And when you were growing up, you saw your mom didn't have that much confidence. So if your mom's not showing that to you, why would you have confidence? You know what I'm saying? As you get older, a lot of qualities that you have all come from when you were younger. If you really think about it. Personality trait, when you get a certain age, it gets to a point where you see that you have negative traits and you wanna like take the negative traits, get rid of them, and get new traits and become a better person. I will say, don't compare yourself to anyone. Like, be you, because at the end of the day, you have to really think about it. This is what I have to keep telling myself, that God put me on earth for a reason. God didn't put me on earth to be someone else. He put me on earth to be Daizha ZHON, and that's exactly who I'm going to be. And I think you guys can see, oh my God, please don't cry. I don't like to cry. You know what's so funny? I don't like to cry, but I cry a lot. I just don't like crying in front of other people, and I'm not the type to be crying on camera. That's the one thing we're not gonna do, okay? Really nothing wrong with crying, but me, I'm really a gangster inside, so the whole it ain't for me. If you have followed my journey, even on YouTube or even on my Instagram, you can see the confidence molding into myself. Like, I'm only laughing to keep from crying. But okay, so I was in a really dark place in my life where I felt as though I wasn't capable of doing anything, literally not even showing up. Like, I just felt like I wasn't capable of doing anything. I felt like I wasn't worth it, you know? I was just so confused. Like, why is this happening? Why do I hate myself so much? I don't understand why it happened, you know? But it happened, and I'm so glad it happened because it allowed me to see myself in a different view. Honestly, I hated myself so bad that it scared me. Like, I used to talk about myself so bad. That's another thing. When you're on your road to be confident or on your road to self-love and all, please don't talk to yourself bad. That's one thing that I did for a very long time, and I feel like that's what hindered my growth. I would say, oh yeah, I'm gonna be on my self-love journey, I'm all about me. You know how many times I've said that? You know how many times, like, before my relationship now, the guys that I've been with, and I'll get over them and I'll be like, yep, it's time to work on me. It's my self-love time. You know how many times I've said that and hinder my growth by talking bad about myself. It'll be like little things. Like, one of my main things that I'm not so happy about myself is my body. Like, I feel as though I could be way better. It's not bad though. My body is not bad. It's just not where I want it to be, and that's okay. Like, I'm learning to love my body. I've been going to the gym. I've been eating healthy, and I've been losing some weight. So it's been making me happy. That's one thing too. If you don't like something about yourself, fix it. And if you're a believer, which a believer would be like, if you believe in plastic or if you believe in getting your body done, then do it, sis. Like, if that's gonna make you happy, then do it. But if you don't believe in that, that's on you too. There's always the gym. Let me do my makeup and stop talking. Yeah, my makeup is gonna come out really good today, I can tell. But yeah, talking to yourself nice. Like, that's one thing that hindered my growth from my self-love journey a lot. Because I used to talk bad about myself, like about my weight. I used to always say, oh, I hate being fat. Like, I'm just a fat girl. In reality, I'm really not fat. That's the funny part. In reality, I'm not fat. I'm just a thick girl, and I just got a little too thick, you know? But I'm about to get back slim thick, so period. See, but that's what I'm saying. Having that confidence to know that, okay, you're not here yet, but I'm gonna get there. Best believe it. I'm gonna embrace it even while I'm here. It's just loving the process and talking to yourself nice, like being nice to yourself, saying, oh, I look good. Like, instead of looking yourself in the mirror like, oh my god, I'm so fat, I wish I was skinny. Oh my god, I said that to myself so many times, and I always apologize to myself because not realizing how hurtful those words are. Like, it's like to the point where it's like speaking an affirmation into the mirror. I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm saying, ugh, I'm just fat, I wish I was skinny. Like, and I'm just gonna keep believing that, because whatever you keep telling yourself, you're gonna believe, right? So that's what I was basically doing. I was basically speaking negative affirmations, basically, and that's the terrible thing to do. Don't do that. Don't be me. And I'm so glad that I'm at a place in my life where I've accepted who I am. That's another thing. When you're on your self-love journey and trying to build confidence, you have to just accept who you are. Like, even with some breakouts, that's another thing. Like, my skin went crazy, bizarre, and started breaking out OD. I don't know what the heck was going on. And it made me feel like some type of way, but I just know that, like, my skin's gonna clear up. Obviously, it's not gonna be like this forever. Like, I wasn't born like this, so it's obviously gonna change. But you just have to know. Like, I think it's really about loving yourself, because if you don't love yourself, how do you expect to love others? The way people will manipulate you, the way people will drag you through the mud when they know you don't know your worth or you don't love yourself, especially men. Oh, sis. I know I said in one part of this video, and I didn't finish saying it, but I know you guys can tell. If you guys been following me, you can tell that, like, my confidence is building more. When you have more confidence, it's easier for you to do things. I've literally been interrupted for this video like so many times, so I really hope it's not choppy, and I say this in all my videos, I hope it's not choppy, but you guys don't understand like how much I really edit out, or like, that's why I really can't wait to have my own film, own everything. When you have confidence, it's so much easier for you to do things like putting yourself out there for existence. So like I told you guys, I wanted to be a whole natural hair influencer, business owner, all these entrepreneur stuff, blah blah blah. So I was doing that, right? And I feel as though right when my birthday hit, like a little bit after my birthday, when I realized I was 21, a lot of things hit me hard. Like when I say hard, I lost like everything. Like, and you know what's crazy? Nothing drastic in my life happened except for me turning 21. And I feel like once I realized, okay, I'm an adult now, like a real adult, like I'm not even a teen. Like obviously 20 you're not a teen, but still 20 is just like, oh yeah, you're 20. But now I'm 21, I'm legal to drink, I'm basically legal now. My confidence, I lost who I was as a person, and building that was so hard for me as well. That just makes me so upset, because I just can't believe I went through something like that. Ooh, child. If you guys have been following me on my whole journey of becoming an entrepreneur, influencer, whatever you want to call it, you can see that for a long period of time I wasn't posting on Instagram. Like I literally deleted my Instagram. Like I wasn't on it for a very long time, and a lot of that had to do with feeling like I wasn't, like I can't do that because I didn't know my worth. I'm laughing because it makes me so upset that I thought about myself this way, or it makes me so upset that I felt this way. Like it's like and one thing I definitely promised myself is I'll never be that person again. And like you guys can see on my social media, I'm way more active, I post way more. I don't care about what people say. I don't care if I only get what 20 views. I'm gonna keep posting, I'm gonna keep grinding, I'm gonna keep going. Like it doesn't matter. Like it was never about that. It was more or less feeling as though I couldn't do it, or making Daizha, don't cry, it's okay. More makeup, less talking. It wasn't about that. It was more or less about like feeling like I couldn't do it, like feeling like I was worthless. Like that's not, like, you know what's funny, because for a long time I used to think like, oh, the only reason people got stuff like that is because they're lucky. Like God just loves them so much more than he loves me. And that's another thing. When you're trying to figure out your worth and your self-love, make sure you're going to God. And that's one thing I faulted God for. Like, why did you make me this way? Like, and I still apologize to God to this day, because I just can't believe, like, I was such in a dark place. And honestly, I had to go through it. I had to figure out me. I had to understand me. I had to know what Daizha likes, what Daizha likes to do, like what Daizha doesn't like to do, what Daizha will put up with, who Daizha is. Like I had to relearn me. I don't know where it came from, but literally once I turned 21, it's like a rock hit. It's like, all right, it's like, okay, so when I turned 21, I was like, all right, you gotta get your life together. Like you can't be the same Daizha forever, you know? And one thing I did promise myself after everything was I would never be that girl again. I will never be a girl that hated her life so much that she hated her own self. I'll never be her again. So like I was saying, when you are going through stuff and you feel as though, like when you are going through your self-love journey, which is a never-ending journey, that's something I had to realize, because I always thought like, okay, once I know myself, that's it. Like, but you have to realize, like, you change a lot, like through your lifetime. You're not always gonna be the same person all, like, every single year. You grow, so you have to keep relearning yourself, and knowing that as long as you live is as long as you keep working on yourself, basically. And I had to realize that. And when you're going on your self-love journey and stuff, I really recommend praying and going to God. Even though, like I told you guys, I did doubt God. I used to be like, why? Like, what was the point of me? Like, God helped a lot. Like, when I tell you God works miracles, there's no way no one can ever tell me that he's not real. Like, when I tell you, I wouldn't even say, because I know in the video I said I feel like I changed overnight. I know I didn't change overnight, but it feels like it, because it's like I just woke up and like, all right, I'm gonna do all the things I want to do in life. And it honestly feels like that. And I think it only feels like that because I was going through doubting myself, hating myself for so long. When I was actually happy, it was like, wow, like this is what happiness feels like. And it sucks sometimes because I always thought like all bad things should happen to me, because all bad things always happen to me. And I used to like question God a lot, like, why are these things happening? Not realizing it's building me to be the person that God wants me to be. Like, all the things that happened in my life needed to happen in order for me to be here. Because if they didn't, I wouldn't be sitting here. I wouldn't be doing YouTube. Definitely wouldn't be doing YouTube. So, I don't know. Like, everything happens for a reason. But I do recommend you having a great relationship with God, because God gives you peace. If you didn't know that, now you know. God is the only one who can give you peace. Like, when you need that peace instantly, he's the only one that can give it to you. And honestly, I used to always think that was false. But I remember one time I just cried and I just told God, like, I don't want to be this person anymore. He really just fixed it. And it still blows my mind. Make sure you have a great relationship with God, because it really helps, you know. He's the only one that's gonna bring you peace. So when you're having one of those days, just talk to God about it, and he'll instantly give you peace, I promise. Especially if the prayer is genuine and you actually want to pray and you actually want to have a conversation with him. It's definitely, you're instantly gonna feel a relief after, because you let all those emotions away and just give it to God, you know. One thing I've really learned out of my whole being confident, self-love, self-worthy, is the person that you want to be, you are already it. Or the place where you want to be, you're already there. Because I am a firm believer in what I want is already mine. Like, it's just the matter of me working. It's just a matter of me getting up, doing what I gotta do. Like, it's just a matter of me actually doing it. But it's already mine. First of all, my ponytail looks so lopsided. Another reason for my confidence being so low, honestly, because I felt as though I couldn't be the person I wanted to be. Like, being a YouTuber, being an influencer, being an entrepreneur, having my own business. Like, I felt like I couldn't do those things. So you're putting in your mind, oh, you can't do these things, oh, you can't do these things. It results to you not actually doing them. And that's what happened to me for a very long time. Like, I felt like I couldn't do it, so I just didn't do it. I stopped doing YouTube for a long time. How I built my confidence really came from God, honestly. Having that relationship with God. Knowing that I'm that I'm sorry, but I'm really that and no one's ever gonna tell me that I'm not. The way that I got through everything was God. And I'm gonna forever say that. Like, everything that's ever happened in my life, like, it's always been God. God has always been there. And that's why I'm always gonna give him the glory every single time, because he's amazing. Like, it blows my mind how good he is. Getting to really know yourself, that's a key one. When I say getting to know yourself, I mean, like, spend time with yourself. Like, really, literally. And it could be simple as asking yourself, Daizha, do you like this or do you not like it? And that's as simple as getting to know myself. Like, do I like wearing makeup or do I not wear makeup? Or am I only doing this because someone else said it? You know, like, stuff like that. You really have to ask yourself, because that's the only way you'll really truly know yourself. That's the only way you'll know if you actually like something or if you actually don't, is if you ask yourself, because yourself is the only one that should have an opinion on anything. It's also about being strong-minded. And when I say strong-minded, I mean, like, knowing who you are, being strong enough to hold your own. Like, I walk in a room and I don't put my head down or be jealous or envy because there are a whole bunch of pretty girls, knowing that I'm still that girl even when I walk in the room with other pretty girls, you know? Confidence is also not something that just happens overnight. It can. There can be a way where you fake it till you make it. It's technically not even the saying fake it till you make it. It's more or less doing affirmations. That's what helped me a lot too. Doing affirmations in the mirror, basically speaking nice to yourself, telling yourself that you're gonna have a good day, telling yourself that you're beautiful, telling yourself that you have nice teeth, telling yourself you have nice hair, just giving yourself compliments is a really confidence booster, because whatever you tell your brain is gonna believe. So you keep telling yourself, oh, I have nice hair, oh, I'm so pretty, you're gonna actually believe those things. Ooh, that was dark. When I say spend time with yourself, I'm literally meaning like spend time with yourself. That could be like your form of self-care, or just putting a face mask on and just sitting there and relaxing, looking at yourself. Or it can literally mean take yourself on a date. Like, have you guys ever took yourself on a date and people around you are just staring at you like, is she waiting on her boyfriend, or is she just sitting there by herself? Like, taking yourself on dates is very much key. Like, sis, if you don't take yourself on dates, you are missing out. Honestly, it's a great time to just collect your thoughts, just be by yourself, just be in tune. One of my self-care regimens that I love, that makes me feel like, oh my god, I love you so much, Daizha, like, is me literally washing my hair and deep conditioning it. I don't know what it is, but me and her going hand in hand, and honestly, that's my form of self-love. I love to deep condition in my hair. I just feel like a whole new person after. I don't know, I really don't know what it is, but a deep conditioner for me does it every time. And for you, it could be painting your nails or watching a movie by yourself. Like, those are all acts of self-love, and that's what I want to start promoting on my channel. More self-love, more being in tune with yourself, more being the bad confident you could ever be, because that's what life's about. Life's all about you going through trials and tribulations. Imagine going through trials and tribulations with the person that you don't even like. Nah, be confident, be bold. Being confident and being bold has gotten me to places that I thought I would never be, okay? Like, right here, sitting on camera doing a YouTube channel, or doing a YouTube video, like stuff like that. Like, confidence really is key, sis. You better get on it or get lost. I don't know what to tell you. Put on my Sacha Buttercup setting powder on my face, but I wanted to talk about what I was saying about envy and jealousy. Okay, so when you envy and you are jealous of someone, that's usually a mirror. Like, ask your, okay, this would be like a mirror effect. Like, okay, let's give you an example, because I love examples. So it'll be like, this is the bad person that you're talking about, like that you're talking jealousy and envy toward, and if you look in it, it's literally yourself. So that's basically what I'm trying to say. How you feel about someone else, or when they didn't do anything to you, or they're just being their self, and you feel jealousy or envy towards them, that is because it is a mirror reflecting you. Something within you is not good, you know? And that's something you should ask yourself, like, what is this person doing that's triggering me, that's making me feel this way, you know? And that's where you have to step back and be like, all right, let me reevaluate myself, because I don't want to be like that. I don't want to. All right, so I learned this technique from Jasmine. She told me to make sure, well, she always does this with my makeup. She always puts a line under the contour to make it pop more. So I think I'm gonna just let you guys watch the rest of my makeup, because I did too much talking. And I have no more footage left on my camera, it just told me. I'll come back when the makeup is done, and all I have to do is a few more things. I hope you guys like this video. It was really emotional for me. I didn't want to cry on camera, so if you see little tear marks, sis, mind your business, okay? Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment down below for the next video, and until next time, I'll see you later, sis.